Okay, so this tutorial is to explain how to set up your gradebook. You have to do this step before you can put in any assignments. So you have to make sure that you do your categories first. And your categories are things like on PowerSchool, you could select homework, classwork, project, quiz, test, those things. So you have to set those categories up. Infinite Campus lets you choose those on your own. And then it will keep track in the box below it what percentage that child has for each category. Some additional ones that I put in here were 3 points of data. That's Linda picked, would like us to put that in our grade book. And then I just put in single assessment just for myself so I can kind of see their scores and see how they've changed. So I'll show you how to do that. Okay, so to set up your categories, when you go into Infinite Campus, click on Gradebook on the left. So if you start out here at the Message Center, just click on Gradebook. And then you have these pull-out menus. Yours might look like this, and so it won't be out like it was before on mine. But you're going to click on Settings, and it will open up this box. Down here, I would suggest checking these boxes. It's just helpful for using Gradebook. Making sure you click the Save Alert is probably the best thing for you to do so that it reminds you to save things before you exit out. And then these just show green and red for passing and failing scores, which I think is helpful for me as a visual person. And the sparkline graph is something that you can use to kind of see where your bubble kids are. So I suggest checking those. So to create your categories, the first thing you want to do is choose a subject. It doesn't let you do categories for homeroom, so just go to the first one, so reading. And then you go over here to this third one, categories. And you're going to start creating your categories. So my first assignment is a homework assignment, so I'm just going to make a homework category. And then you can weight this however you want. I personally make everything worth the same amount in my class. Homework, classwork, projects, they're all the same weight. So I'm just going to give it a weight of 1, but if you want to do 1.5 or 2, that's up to you. For sequence, this is the order that it will show up in your gradebook. It automatically does it by alphabetical order of your categories, but if you want homework to be the first thing you see, you should give it the number 1. If you want it to be the last thing you see, you should give it the number 5 or 6 or whatever categories you have. I'm just going to let it do ABC order. If you want to exclude this from the calculation, that would mean you don't want to count homework towards their grade, so you would check that box. And if you wanted to drop the lowest score, if you checked that box, it would automatically drop that score for you, which is nice to use in tests or quizzes, those kinds of things. So you could check these boxes if you want to, but that's up to you. Then you'll select the class that you want that category to go to. So since we're in the reading class, that's what we can select. And then we are on semester and quarter terms, so you'll want to select those and then click Save. And then your category shows up here. So you'll continue to add your categories, as many as you want to add to your gradebook, and make sure you assign them to the class and to semester and quarter and save it. And you'll continue to do that for any of the other categories that you want to keep track of in your gradebook. So I'm just going to continue to do that and then come back and show you the next step. Okay, so you can see the categories that I've created. I put in a 3 points of data category, and I made sure to exclude it from the gradebook so it doesn't count towards their grade, but I have that information in my gradebook, as well as the single assessment. I'm going to do the same thing with that. So make sure once you have those, you save it, and then you close it. And now we're going to copy all of those categories to our other subjects. We have all these other subjects, but we don't have to go through and do that step for each one. It's very easy to copy them over. So what you do is you go down here under Gradebook Tools to Category Copier. And since we made it in our reading class, we're going to copy it from the reading class. And I want to copy all of these, except for the 3 points of data, to my math class. because for math we aren't tracking the 3 points of data. So I'm going to uncheck that, and then I'm going to click over here. I want to copy those categories to my math class and click next. And then it should all be the same, quarter and semester, and click copy. So now if you go to your math class and you open up this grade totals thing, you'll see those categories are listed in your math class. If you go down to your science class, you don't have any categories because you haven't copied them. So you're going to want to do the same thing again. So go to category copier and then select the categories that you want to copy. I'm going to take off 3 points of data and single assessment because I don't need those in science. Then I'm going to copy those to my science class and click next and then copy. And so you're going to continue to do that for the rest of your classes, social studies, writing, language skills. I didn't do it for PE, but whatever classes you want to copy those into, that is how you copy the categories. So now you are set to start inputting assignments, and I will go over that in another video.